All right, let's get things started, shall we? Hard to believe it's been a full month since I last did this. I feel like a lot's happened though, so maybe it has. Watch me talk about things I did this month. Stream anime art. Mm, I think that's that's basically it. All right, I'm getting ready here in just a little bit. Everyone, set up your music or whatever you want to have done in the background. It is just going to be me and my voice and the things I show on screen for today's screen. I'm actually kind of tired after work, but I still wanted to do this anyways. Because this is like the one time I'm going to be able to get this done before next month. Before also my next Neptunia stream. So want to make sure I get it while I can. All right. Yeah, it should be good. Shall we get started? I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about the things we did in November. So this is the little wrap-up stream that I like to do at the end of every month, where I just go through and I talk about the things that I have done throughout the entire month that I haven't really been able to do on the channel, or that I just haven't been able to talk about in general. I usually just do this by touching upon some of the stuff I've done in my Backloggery and my anime list, and all the art and stuff that I've done over the past month. So um, hopefully we can actually find some good things to talk about this month, because I feel like I've made some decent progress in things I've done. But we'll see just how much I have done. And of course, the question I ask to you guys as you all are coming in and sitting in is, what have you done this month? Because I always talk about obviously what I've done, but I also want to hear from you guys. What kind of things you've been able to get done throughout this month. Uh, so please let me know whenever you can. And I will go ahead and start on my side here. Let's see. I would say, where the hell is it? There it is. How does stream? Okay, so we're first going to go through our Backloggery. And this is always a fun time because I get to just go and rant about all of the things that I've done in my gaming career. I don't think there's any new badges that I got this month. Yeah, everything so far um, has been stuff that I've already had for a while now. So all the regular stuff. I still have a lot of games that I'm currently playing. I tried to whittle it down as much as I could before the live stream started, but it was hard to when I am actually just playing so many things. Um, I am farming a couple of games apparently too. Yeah, yeah. At least now I'm finally a herald, so I still it's not over a big amount of games that are in my active backlog. I'm still fighting against them as much as I can. Um, and yeah, I have increased my games a lot this year, so it's okay though. We do have a lot of games though, just in general on this whole list. So hopefully the only ones I add are ones that are actually new and not ones that I'm just like, oh yeah, I used to play that game or whatever. So yeah, first game that we want to talk about for our now playing is just Shapes and Beats. So apparently this game got new content for the lost in terms of the lost story. And I only heard about this. It's probably been out for a while, but I've only actually heard and learned about this after playing it with my boyfriend. So we just recently did a little co-op playthrough, and I was like, "Oh, hey, there's new things in here." So I'm going to be. I really love this game. So when I first played it, so I am kind of curious to see what the new content is like because they have added probably a lot more new songs, and there's more like things and stuff for the story to do. So curious to see what they decided to do with all of the lost story. So I'm currently kind of grinding through that now, in the middle of everything else that I've been doing. I only just learned about this recently, so I'm still not all the way through it, but I am curious to see what comes of it. It was a good game. I am looking forward to doing the rest. I've still been doing Duolingo. We just reached 454 on our days. Um, I don't know if this unit has been progressing since last time. I've been trying to take it more seriously though now because I am I want to try to make it a thing where I learn as much of this language as I can before the end of the year. Um, if I'm not able to make like coherent things, I like it's gonna obviously take some time to learn the language. But Japanese is a very hard language to learn just in general, but I am still learning. I'm still getting at it, and the main thing about it that's going on for this is I am trying to do at least like 3 lessons every day, one in the morning, one in the evening, afternoon, and then one in the late evening, uh, so I can make a little bit more progress at least on that end, and then I can maybe do a little bit of something else just with my studies in the background. Uh, but that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, at least for the next year, is I'm probably going to start taking it a little bit more seriously, and I'm going to hopefully try to learn the language by the end of the year. I would love to learn it by the end of the year so I can actually be fully bilingual in it and start incorporating it in my live streams because that would be fun. I certainly would like to do that. It would be even greater if I could do it before I hit 30. I would very appreciate that. That's probably pushing it though, because that's like 5 months away. So about 6 months away, actually. Well, yeah, 5 months away technically. So we're almost there though. All right, and then we got Kirby Air Riders. This game did come out pretty recently, so I have been playing a lot of it, and I've been getting through a decent amount of the challenges and everything. I at least beat the main single player campaign for it of the road trip. So now I'm just going through playing a lot of the online matches and getting used to the machines and everything and how they play. Um, Making my own machines. I have a kind of a goal in this game where I'm gonna try to make a machine based off of each of my characters. So um, I'm at least gonna get into that probably soon because I'm still kind of in the process of learning how all of the machines really work. I'm probably gonna do a couple more races with maybe just a couple more test races online with the uh, machines just to get used to how they all feel, and then I'll be like, okay, this is a machine that exemplifies this character, or even just like the shape of it, I could be like, this is something that I could incorporate Cody or Jessica into. So that is going to be an interesting project in the coming months. I've been having a lot of fun with this game though. It's one of the few games I'm actually glad I bought on launch because it has a decent amount of stuff in it already. There's even events and stuff going on, which I've missed because they have certain times that they're available for, and is not the times that I'm active and able to do it. So that's unfortunate. But hopefully we can get the next ones when they come around. Um, but for now, it's still a good game. I really like the story. It was a nice little short story for Kirby. The main single player mode is actually kind of interesting because it's almost like a roguelike in a way. It's also really hard if you get the if you do the harder modes, obviously, which I've been trying to do with my New Game Plus playthrough. But I'm also wondering how much of it I should just be doing on normal, just so I can unlock everything instead. Because apparently there's something that you get when you unlock all the machines, so I'm curious about that. But yeah, Kirby Air is really fun. It's one of my, I actually, man, should I say it's better than Mario Kart World and Sonic Cross World Racing? That might be a hot take. That might be a pretty hot take, but honestly, I think they all shine in their own ways. Like Mario Kart World is really good for the open world aspect, and it's just a decent kart racer in general. Cross Worlds is still really good too. I would really like to just get more into it after I get the full release for Switch 2. So that's probably going to be happening next month more so. Is me jumping back onto Cross Worlds. But for now, I'm enjoying what I can of Air Riders while I got it. So I think it's gonna be like our main racing game that I do, up until Crossworld's full release on Nintendo Switch 2, is gonna be Air Riders. So that's kind of my plan at least for it. Um, oh yeah, we do have some Japanese games now. So something I didn't do last month that I should have done after I got my stuff back in was I did actually end up getting a couple Japanese copies of all of my of some of my PS5 not all of my PS5 library, just some of the games. So I did actually add them on here, and we'll go through them when we reach the history section here. But one of the new ones I got was the Japanese copy of Katamari Reroll Reverie. So I will now be playing. What I'm basically am trying to think of doing for the Japanese copies is I want to try my best to play them all the way through in Japanese, and it just kind of like mostly just to like kind of get myself. It's like as a reading exercise for Japanese, obviously, but also to kind of help immerse myself in what the game like was originally how the game like originally like looked and everything on its original release, um, and seeing just it just can seeing how it all how different it is in the different language. I think it's going to be a fun challenge even just to try it myself. So I will be the other games on here. I'll be going like I said through in the history, so I'll touch upon those when I get there. But this is a challenge that I thought of for myself that I wanted to try out pretty recently. So I just added that not too long ago. I think I'm probably gonna hold off on actually playing it for a little bit, just so just until I get a little bit more reading comprehension for Japanese done, and then I'll actually start like fully going in and being like, okay, how can I play this and how can I do in it? Because I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be pretty fun just to immerse myself in that game for a little while, in the original language. All right. Loot Bane, I will play eventually. This is going to basically be, I think, my next Steam stream that I do. Hopefully sometime this week, actually, if I can help it. I'll have to see when I have free time to do it, but I would like to get this done sometime this week at least, because I have been meaning to play at least one new game every week just to make some progress in my giant backloggery of games that I have here. And Loot Bait was one of the ones I got from the recent Humble Bundle thing, and it was another playtest. So I'm like, yeah, sure, let's try it out. It seems actually really good. It's like an auto battle roguelike, so it looks really like up my alley. So we'll see how well it actually ends up being once I get to it. We've also been recently playing Hyper Devotion Noir, So this has basically been the main game going on for the channel for the past month. It's a decent size and length of it so far. I feel like I'm making some good progress, so I don't think it's going to be nearly as long as the other Neptunia games. Um, but I feel like we're going to definitely be working at it at least until the end of the year, if not into next year. Uh, and that's just because I play it once every week, so making slow progress in it. But I love playing the Neptunia games on streams. They're always so fun. And the so far Hyper Devotion is not a really bad game so far. It's very different from the rest of the series because it's more of a strategic battle game, which I haven't played a whole lot of those. The main one I played in recent memory is Fire Emblem Awakening. That was the one I like really got into, and it does kind of remind me of it, but it has other elements that are like not really too much like it. So it's interesting how going into it. It's not too hard so far, uh, and it's an interesting experience so far. It's got the same Neptunia charm that I'm used to, so I'm really happy for that, and we get to play through it with Noir as the main character for once. And also, the main thing I found interesting about it so far is you are the main character in a way because you are also going through the story as AMC, which is kind of cool because they never did that before in a Neptunia game. So it's interesting seeing them experiment with that kind of narrative style. So I'm at least just glad to start playing a Neptunia game that actually kind of feels like a little bit of something different. Um, and they really did something different with this game. So I would like to see them do more things like this though with the series because they've done a lot of stuff already and they've gotten a lot of the re-releases done pretty in recent memory from I remember. So I would like to see them do another cool like new thing. I'd love to see a platformer. I keep saying that every stream I do this, but I would love to see them do a Neptunia platformer or like some kind of 3D platformer collectathon. Like and maybe even just make Vert the main character. Who knows? Like Vert needs a new game. We at least need a game for Vert to complete the quadra the not the trifecta but like the quad element. I don't know how you say it. But just to complete that whole square of it, I guess, or diamond, I guess more in this case should be it. Let's see. Um, Dead Rising 3. So we have been playing a little bit of Dead Rising 3 also on stream with Pansy. I actually really like the co-op of this game. It's fun to just kill zombies with a bunch of friends, and doing all the stuff with the partner is pretty cool too. Um, it's just a really fun game just in general. I would say it's actually my favorite Dead Rising game so far. Just because of how many things that they added into the open world and like how many cool ways you can interact with and kill the zombies in the game, and how you can just get around the world. Um, I still really like the first one for its original like how it uh the original narrative concept of it of just being in a mall and using everything to your advantage to kill zombies. I thought it was really cool. I think how it kind of works at least is the first Dead Rising I really like as a good single player experience, like a solid single player experience. And Dead Rising 3 so far is just a really good like game overall, like with the multiplayer uh and even just with the open world aspect. It's just a decent action game. An open world game. So, they did pretty good with this one. I am looking forward to actually beating and getting through the rest of it. So let's hope that we have some decent connection with the next couple of streams because so far it's been going pretty good. Definitely at least better than the second one. Second one was a little bit of a slog and a little bit of a yikes. But I still enjoy what I did of it at least. We've also been playing a lot of gas station simulator in the background now because I actually did make some. I make a little bit of progress. I didn't get too far into this game because I've basically been doing this now with Pansy in the background. Um, but sometimes I'll get on the call with him and I'll play it with him. So it's still a pretty decent experience. I've gotten decently far. I finally got 3 employees, so business is running very well. This is basically now my job game outside of my job. So that's a fun little thing. Um, but I do it's a it was a it's a good game to do on stream, and I still am enjoying it even in the background. Um, it's not something that I would like to play extensively, obviously, but it's whenever I get around to do it, it's still a good time at least. So overall, pretty good at least. Um, maybe we might be able to beat it sometime this month if we can help it. That'd be cool. I would like to at least. Job Simulator. I have yet to actually fully get into it yet, but that's going to probably be my next VR game. I did try to do Beat Saber, um, and on my Oculus, and got stuck. So we're gonna move on to a new game, and that's gonna be my next game I do is Job Simulator. So hopefully it's gonna be fun. I've seen some cool things about it in the past, so I'm looking forward to just delving into it with my VR set whenever I get the chance. I think it'll be a good time. Postnomics, I've been making slow progress in every now and then. Um, I'm on day 11 at the moment, so I've gotten to at least I've gotten past the first competition, and the competitions are interesting in the game too. But it's a good gameplay loop in overall. Um, I'm really like enjoying the game uh as I've been playing it recently. I actually do really want to go through and like all of it, at least the main campaign of this, and try to beat it and see how far it takes me. Because I am actually really enjoying how the game works. I love the card system for the haggling, and I like just the overall like just casual nature of it, where you are just running a potion shop, getting ingredients, talking to friends, maybe even making some of them date you. It's just a good game. I think it's just a really decent game. Um, hopefully we can actually end up getting more progress into it because I have been a lot of my times for like a lot of the reasons I haven't been playing some of these other games down here is because of Kirby Air Riders. It has basically literally been taking up most of my time um, in the background, among other things, obviously. Uh, but that has been like the main game I've been playing is Kirby Air Riders. So everything else has been kind of taking a nosedive with it. So everything you see basically past here, these are going to be games that I'm lightly touching upon in the background, but they're not like major things that I'm working on. But there's still things I'm working on in the background. Baldur's Gate 3, we are still playing a little bit in the background. I try to do at least one session every month. It's hard to get on to do it though sometimes because it's just really hard to find time every week to get any of these things done. But I still have it as a thing. I like to try it out every week. Uh, it's very 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 slow progress. Obviously that we're making with this game. I did end up doing a stream earlier that I'll be discussing later um, of this game. So we did make some technical progress at least in that front by making excuse me a bunch of new characters that I can go around with. But I do want to make some more progress in my main campaign first. So that's going to be fun. But it's going to be a good time at least. I've I at least I also definitely like the idea of doing this every week just because it's like, oh, this is my little single player D&D sesh that I can do while my current group is now in shambles. So it is what it is. But we have things to make up for it instead. So it's all good. All right. Next one on here is Final Fantasy Rebirth. Is going to be probably the next major PS5 game I play. That's not obviously the Katamari. But I am looking forward to it actually. I'm I I wasn't sure if I should get into like another lengthy JRPG again. But I don't think Rebirth is too big. I think it's definitely decently big, obviously, because it has like that's like the later half of a lot of the stuff. I think there is a third game coming out, if I'm not mistaken, right, for the trilogy, because I did remake. Now I'm doing rebirths here soon, so I am curious though to see what they did with it, because um, it does look like that it's taking place more out into the world of Final Fantasy VII rather than just Midgar, which is cool, because the first game already felt really big. So seeing what they did with this one is probably going to be pretty wild, I imagine. I'm looking forward to it though because I played a lot of remake and it was really fun. So if it's anything like it, I'm definitely gonna enjoy it. Chaos Zero Nightmare. I have also been playing a lot on my phone recently. This is basically one of the new phone games that I picked up recently. Um, it's kind of like a little card auto, or yeah, it's an auto battler in a way, but it's a card based roguelike where you are controlling and you doing your actions with people through their action cards, and it's another gotcha game. So it's a it's decent so far. I only got into chapter 2 of the story, so I haven't gotten too deep into it, but it's decent so far. I really like the combat system and I like the roguelike aspect of the chaos dungeons that you do in the game. And to like build up your cards and like it's interesting how they make it so you can build up your cards and get new sets for everyone. I actually really like the concept. It's really it's like one of the few like phone games I tried recently that I'm like the concept gripped me a lot. So I'm just testing it out a little bit more in my spare time. Whenever I have my phone on me and I just want to grind out some stuff. So far it's pretty good. I am really enjoying it. It's I haven't really picked a really main character I like a lot, but um I do like the some of the 5 stars I gotten recently. There's like one person who does a lot of kung fu stuff that I really like. The one main girl you meet at the beginning that has the blue hair, and the water powers. She's really cool too. But everyone's pretty cool so far. I'm just curious to see what the game will offer me later. I'm not too hooked into the main story. It is what it is, for these kind of games. But the gameplay is definitely what's hooking me into it. So we'll see about it. We'll see how well it goes. I also did pick up Sonic Rumble recently because it is basically the Fall Guys, um, but Sonic. It does remind me a lot of Fall Guys because it is basically kind of like the same thing where um, it's a bunch of action stages that you're doing one after the other. Sometimes it's a race, sometimes you're just battling for rings. Um, but it eventually ends up with the one person at the end winning it, and you still get rewards and everything still for like actually playing the game, even if you don't finish in first. Uh, but obviously you're always trying to climb for that first. But so far it's really again it's nothing that serious for me. It's very much a game that I am just playing every now and then if I am like either bored, or if I want to do the dailies for. Uh, I'll just get on and do a quick little match because it's a very quick game. A lot of the matches in the game, especially like the quick matches, the one where you only do one stage, they only take like 3 minutes to do. So it's definitely something you can do in like your spare time or like if you're just like in between things with like on your break on work or for a meal. It's really just like one of those types of games. So that's kind of how I've been treating it, and that's kind of how it's been going so far. I haven't gotten too far into it, like content wise. I've unlocked Shadow, which I've been basically mainly using. I also got Movie Sonic and a couple of the other forms for other people, but I'm definitely not like looking to do anything big with it. It's just so much. It's just a game to help pass time with. Pokemon Sleep I've also been playing a lot. It's been going good so far. It's I'm making decent progress with my research. Um, it's there's been a lot of days this last month where I have skipped it, or I have forgotten to wear my watch to bed and it forgot to record my activity. So there's that, but it's all good. Um, but yeah, I'm making just like gentle progress with it. So far with this month, I'm trying to like make an EV team, to kind of gain a lot of the candies and help bulk up the levels of some of my uh, EVs so I can get them to a decent point where they can be the EVs that I want them to be, or all the evolutions. Because I do like the idea of making an evolution team. So I'm currently grinding through and getting those done for it. So far, it's going pretty good though. I I would say it's a decent progress going for this. I try to play it every now and then. Like I said, I try to at least play it every day. Um, Ideally, it's nice to play it at least 3 times a day, so he can feed Snorlax his breakfast, his lunch, and his dinner, to get him his extra power. But I'm not taking it that seriously. If I just play it whenever I get the whenever I'm reminded to do it. So far it's not too bad though. It's just another game to play every day and to distract me. Um, like most of these droid games, nothing serious. Just the games I play every now and then in the background. I have been playing more of Hades too. Um, we did make some decent progress, I think, in it since the last time I've touched upon it. Because I did make it to the surface. I got to at least the third boss. There is I've done a couple more runs, I think, since the last time I did it, and it's just pretty fun. I really love Hades in Hades too, so I would like to try to get all the way down to the last level if I can. It's slow and hard progress, but I think I'm slowly getting there. Um, we just had to figure out how to get there and how to get it done. Hey, Pansy, I am a nerd. Please look at me. But yeah, I've slowly been making some progress at least toward it. So I think we'll get to the end eventually. Um, I again, like I said with a lot before, a lot of these are slow progress, just because I put so much time into Kirby Air Riders. So a lot of these have taken a turn because of it. But I still play it at something right now and then. Like Hatsune Miku, I still play this every day. Um, I at least get on to do the dailies, or maybe even just the regular stage. Uh, it's still one of my favorite rhythm games on my phone, so I love playing it. I see you got around to adding your Japanese games. Yeah, I did finally get to that too. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I'll repeat it one more time for you, Pansy. I my idea, what I was gonna do with this is I wanted to try playing it in Japanese, uh, just to kind of immerse myself in the experience. So I was gonna start first with Katamari, and then I'll work myself through the other 5 games that I added. So we'll get there, hopefully eventually. But I wanted to wait to get into that until I like got a little bit better with Japanese, so I could at least somewhat understand what I'm going through. Um, but we'll get there. It's all good. All good. And then learn Japanese survive. I haven't been making a lot of progress with this last time, this last month. But this is like the main Japanese game that I've been trying to do in the background for my katakana studies. It's just because that is still the thing I struggle with the most. Once I fully get through it, though, I think kanji is going to be definitely the next thing because there's a lot of kanji that I'm still like, what the hell is that? So once I beat Katakana Wars, I think kanji combat's probably going to be the next one I go through. Imagine learning Japanese for over 400 days and you make no progress in understanding it. Hey, it's only because like here's what I'll defend myself for with this. With Duolingo at least, my streak is still 454 days because I have been um, doing at least one lesson every day since that time. And a lot of these days have only been the one lesson, mind you. They've only been the one time. But yeah, no, it's it is a bit of a struggle for sure. I am making very very slow progress, obviously, with that because I haven't been taking it very seriously, at least this last year. But I am going to be taking it a lot more seriously this next month and hopefully the rest of next year. It's just really hard to find time to sit down and get studying done for it. I know. I will. Don't worry, Pansy. I will. I will. Definitely this last month I have not been able to, but we'll get there though. Um, I've been making very very slow progress on Ring Fit Adventure because I do not have a lot of. They've been scheduling me a lot at work, so I do not have a lot of time to do this in the morning or like do a little bit, do some progress in this. Um, it's more so something I try to do in my off days, and sometimes in my off days I forget about it because I just kind of sleep in, and then I go see Sean. So um, hopefully we can get back into doing this more often though, because I am trying to make it at least every off day that I get. I get on to do Ring Fit, or even just a half day. If I even go in for a half day for work, I'll probably do it. But I haven't been getting a lot of half days recently. I've been getting full days because they've been scheduling me a whole lot down there. So we'll have to see about that though. Actually, take a class in Japanese. That would require me going to school, which does not interest me at the moment. Does not interest me at the moment. I'm very much more just taking it in my own time whenever I can, because I barely have time to do anything else, anyways, now in my life. So I definitely not have not time to go to an actual class every day and or a week. That's what I was saying too. Yeah, that I do get more than enough exercise at work, so there hasn't been much of a need for me to do Ring Fit. So that's why, like I said, I'll do it in my off days, but that's really the only main time I'll be able to do it. It's cool. It's fun. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. School can be very enriching for you, but fun is not the word I would use to describe it. Osu is again another game I've been trying to do every week if I can help it. Just because I love the game. I just love this rhythm game. Um, I did play a little bit this last couple months too. This last month, obviously too. So um, I I uh, I haven't been able to get to do the main Osu game for a little bit. I have been doing like the what's it called, the four tapping keys Osu Mania for a little bit though. It's still fire fun to play. It's still one of my favorite rhythm games, at least. You're a nerd, Corey. You're required to love school. That's not entirely true. I like the things like games and art and anime. As mostly that's a lot of what my personality comes around to. I do like learning things every now and then. That's why I like to play new games and why I like to spend a lot of my time doing studies for like Japanese and stuff like that. Um, but I would not go to like a school for it though. I like just seeking it out in my own time in my with my own ways. Yeah, the only schooling I get is the tutorials in my games that I play. Speaking of also school stuff and studying, Wagutabi, have not made a lot of progress in Wagutabi this last month. Going to be honest about that, because I have just not been able to find a lot of time to squeeze it in everything. Um, it is definitely going to be like the main droid game I play like to get my Japanese studying done though. I'm probably going to playing it a lot more in my work things. Like while I'm at work and I'm on my break, I'll probably boot this up and try to make a little bit of progress to help me with my Japanese studies throughout the day. So I think that's going to be like my main thing going into this next month, just to really kind of help hone in on some of those skills. You can do online schooling. I mean, I can, but again, I do not have any interest going back to school or go back to college. I I feel like I've learned just about everything I could from those kind of things. The only thing that I would want to learn is another language, and I'd rather just do self study for that. I like the way that I'm doing my self studying. It's obviously a slow process. That's why it's taking so long to do it. Um, but it's just also because I haven't been taking it as seriously as my other things. But that's the other reason why I like doing self study is I like just having my own time and allocating my own time to do it instead of having forcing myself to go to a place or forcing myself at a specific time to do everything. I could be a little bit more free form with it, which is what I've always done. Splatoon 3 I also try to play every week. Um, it's just a fun shooter. I just love playing it. It's just one of the games I love playing. I've been also been trying to take it more seriously because I've been trying to just get up my weapons and things for it, and so I can do better in some of the challenges and stuff that they have going on. It's just fun. It's fun. Sashingo I try to play every now and then too, just to help with Japanese studies. Same thing with all the rest of them. They're a lot of them are just major Japanese learning tools. Hopefully, going to be touching upon them a lot more this next month. I miss our Splatoon stream. Yeah, that's the only thing about getting rid of the Switch. Getting rid of his Switch is that he no longer has his NSO is not having the ability to play Splatoon online anymore. It's still a very fun game though. I do love playing that game. And then finally on this list is the Street Pass games. I haven't really made a whole lot of progress with Street Pass for obvious reasons because no one fucking plays it, but me. But the main one I've still been trying to do is Ninja Launcher. I think I made some progress in it since you last saw it at least. So slowly getting there. I actually think I just beat 6-2 today, so that might need to be updated. But yeah, very very slow progress on these, obviously. But I still like to play them whenever I can. I'll just move to Ohio so we can play together locally. There you go. Just come to my area. We'll play it. We'll play it every now and then at at my house. All right, and then the Backloggery breakdown. This is always the fun part of the stream because I forget how it looked the last year, and I always like to compare it to how I did it last year. So let me look at my channel real quickly just to see where I was during this. October. All right. It's going to take a little bit for me to get to it because I was also talking about Japan this last month. There it is. Okay, there it is. So, I always love looking at this because it makes me look so bad. So the amount of games that I had last month was about 2,093. I have now have 200, 119. So what, we added like 7 plus 19. 7 plus 19. That's 27. 7 plus, no, so 26. It's 26 new games. Look, I'm trying to control it. I'm trying to control it here. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle, obviously. But it's okay. Some of the games, yeah, some of the games aren't in my active backlog. Most of them are from Humble Bundle. But here's what everything looks like from my last thing. How it or my current active backlog. Still very much in the red with all of the unplayed games I have. It's gonna stay like that for a while, just because it's so hard to find time to play games, and it's just I have so many Steam games that I constantly get, and I am constantly interested in. Next year, you need to have a net reduction of games. It's okay, dude. It's okay. I have been slowly trying to make some progress in them though. Like a lot of them are just games that I want to check out and maybe play a little bit of. Some of them might not be ones that I go through all the way, but a lot of them are just ones I am interested in, like trying out and playing. But so far, a lot of them are gonna sit there for a little while. Here is my current stats on all of my systems as well. If you guys care to take a look at any of them, I'll just slowly scroll down so that you can pause at the video at any point that you are curious. But yeah, and now we get to go into the fun part, which is my history. is the start of November. Here it is. Okay, so let's talk about this. So, um, not too far or not too long after, yeah, I think that's when it was. Not too long after the end of the year, or the end of the year, the end of my last month. I started playing Hyper Devotion, so I've been playing that on stream. Still making progress in that, obviously, because I only play it once every week. Did I convince Sean to get a backlog yet? No, I have not talked to him yet about that. But he is going to be watching my streams, and probably at some point, so he might see this message. If not, then I will, I will talk to him when I when I go see him next again, because I'll probably actually end up making that account the next time we meet, because he probably won't do it unless I tell him to. To be fair, he probably will not do it unless I tell him to. But I am curious though. I will be curious to see what he does with it, and if he actually does decide to add a bunch of his games that he's working on, because from what he's been telling me, he's been playing a lot of Metaphor recently, which, by the way, great game to get into and to spend a lot of time with. Um, but he's been playing that recently a lot, I know. And I've seen some of his collection at his house too. He has a decent amount of stuff for his PS5 and his Switch, so he definitely has some good games to play in his spare time. We need more people on Backloggery. Yeah, we need more people to catalog the things that they're doing in their everyday life, and also just to see what they're doing. And then yeah, so this year or this month, I keep saying this year. This month I also got into Sonic Rumble and Chaos Zero Nightmare. Uh, I got into those basically around the same day, so I just kind of started playing them since then. We did also finally beat the Star-Crossed World for Kirby today, so yay yay. We finally beat some DLC. Yay, beating games. Hooray. But yeah, so I beat that was something I at least wanted to get done for a while. So I did end up beating the DLC for Kirby, so I could get that off of my list and off my mind for a while. We did start up Dead Rising 3 this month as well too, to start playing that. We actually might have started earlier. Maybe I just added it, I think, now around then, because I think I just remembered we did. But it's been going pretty good too. Kirby Air Riders we got basically around launch day. Also that was around the same time. I also had the Lost Story for uh, Just Shapes and Beats, so we'll get through that eventually too. Yeah, and then I started Kirby Air Riders. That I think that was launch day was the 21st, and then about a week ago I beat it. So 7 days ago from now to because today's the 30th, it was the 23rd is when I beat it. So it took me 2 days to beat it. So which it realistically only took me 2 major gaming sessions to really get it done, because I think it took me about, I would say, roughly between 4 to 5 hours to beat the main the main run of it. It was a decent progress. It was a decent little run though. I like the first little road trip I did for Air Riders, and there's obviously still more things I want to do with the game, so I am still playing the hell out of it, to get everything else for it. So it's definitely not going to be leaving anytime soon. But I'm at least glad I was able to start and swiftly beat that game when I did. It'd be great if I could do that with all of my other games. It'd be great if I could do that with everything else. And then now for some of the damage. So I did start out moving out because we play that with John here, and I finally started up for once. I don't know. I might end up beating it on my own. I'm playing more of it on my own, because you can actually like play all the game on your own as well too. Or I might convince him to play through more of it with me. But either way, I am kind of curious to see if I can beat that at some point in the future. I'll have to see whether or not how seriously I take that game though. We added these new games as well too, from our Or actually, if I remember, these ones weren't from Humble Bundle. These ones I got from uh, these ones I got from the Steam sale that was going on just recently. Yeah, because this was about 5 days ago, so I think this was part of their Black Friday deal. So I had a City of Beats, Atlas, Hellblade 2, and Konosuba. Um, I've been having my eye on a lot of these games for a while. Like City of Beats just looked like a really cool like rhythm roguelike thingy. Atlas looks like a really cool furry game. Hellblade 2 I wanted to get because I had Hellblade 1 and I knew that I was gonna like it, so I wanted to see how well that one came up. And I think it was really cheap too. It was like $10 or $20, so I got it while I could while it was on sale. And then same with Konosuba. I had my eye on that game for a while because, goddamn, this freaking title. This title is so funny. It seemed like a really weird and interesting game concept. So I might actually end up streaming this game at some point in the future. Maybe after I do the playtest for what's it called? Uh, Not Frog Rain. The other one. Is it up here? It's probably up here somewhere. Um, but I'll probably do that after I do the other playtest for that other game. You need to let me know what you want for Christmas. Okay, I will. I will share my list with you. Yeah, because I've already gotten a couple of the games from my list on that I was like really curious about, but there is still more that I have been curious about. So I'll let you know which of them that I like the most at least that I haven't gotten at least yet. And then here's the fun stuff here. Here we go. Here's the fun. The Loot Bane is the one I was thinking of, by the way. So here's the fun stuff. Okay. So added, I think. All right. So I think how I did it. Yeah. How I initially did it was about 4 days ago. I was just like, you know what? Time to add the Japanese games. I originally added them as none because I didn't want them. I just wanted to show that I had the Japanese copies, not necessarily that they were doing anything for my backloggery. And then after I added them, I was just like, you know what? I want to play them in Japanese, so I'll count them as their own thing. So I switched them to unfinished instead or unplayed instead, so I can go through the Japanese versions of all of them. Um, so the games that I added were Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 HD Remix, um, and let's see. I think this one was. It's funny. I'm like I know these because I literally just read these before. Um, oh yeah, Sonic Who. This is Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Frontier, and then Sonic X Shadow. Is it Sonic X Shadow? Yeah, Sonic X Shadow Generations. I added Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Generations. Also was Japanese as well. Um, these ones I just wanted to get Japanese copies of. They weren't necessarily like a game that I knew that was made in Japan, but I just wanted to see how the experience was too for those. Um, go 5 game Neptune Rivas. That is this. I can't believe that that's the actual title of the game. By the way, this is Neptunia Reverse. It's I love that title, dude. For that, it's so great. I'm actually I'm really looking forward to that one for sure. I obviously want to play it in English first on when I get it onto it on stream before I play the Japanese copy, but that's gonna be a treat, let me tell you. I think that's gonna be a treat to play in Japanese as well too. And then of course the Katamari, which how the hell do you say this? Um, min Mina. Oh, I can't remember what this one is. Is this Mina Oki Katamari? Um, oh, I yeah, I Airo Because I know I know it's basically we love Katamari because or like everyone loves Katamari because that was like the whole thing of how it's I think translated Japanese instead. And then this is plus the re-roll Reverie, which I think is also technically a different pronunciation. Play the Japanese version with the English voice acting. That would be weird, wouldn't it? They're just speaking in English the whole time, and I'm reading in Japanese. I'm just like, but I'm definitely looking forward to those. So yeah, those are the 5 copies that I was able to nab in Japan, um, for those games. In retrospect, because I that was also I think the day that I tried like uh that was also around the same time I tried to like actually play put them into the thing and see what they did. Um, it turns out the Japanese copies doesn't really matter on a American console. They'll still just load the game as it was. So technically, my Japanese copy of Sonic Frontiers and Shadow Generations is the same as basically playing it from the one I already have. But the main way I can play in Japanese is just by switching the console settings to that language instead, and it will still play it the same way. So I still have my way of doing it. So I was thankful to at least learn about that. But it might be different if I played on a Japanese PS5. To be fair, because then I would have been inherently already loaded with everything like that. But I still like. I'm still glad that I got the games when I did because I just had them for my collection now. And again, in retrospect, if I went back to that Japanese video game store that I bought those at, I would have also probably picked up at least one Japanese game that I just have not heard of in the West, and I would have brought that back to be like, let's let's play this weird Japanese game that I found that I have not been able to find anywhere else but here. I would have definitely if I go back to Japan, I'll probably do that. I'll try to find a niche Japanese only game, um, and pick that up while I'm there. See if I can even play it on my American PS5. We'll see about that. I think it should still be able to play on it. I might just only be able to play in that language. Um, we also got some new games. So I think all of these games were from all these games were from the new Humble Bundle. So Spin Hero and Loot Bane. I think I picked this endless because this is a playtest and it's also a roguelike. I think Spin Hero is also a roguelike. The other games I think do actually have an end game, so I just add them as they were. Um, I'm not sure about Pharaoh because it's a city builder. I don't know how far I will get into that, or Synergy for that matter. But I actually have been really curious about these other 2 games, and also Crab's Treasure. They all look really fun. So I'm actually curious to see what those are going to be like. I got the American and Japanese games that play on my European PS5, so it should work fine. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, that probably will end up being a thing I do later later on in my life. And then all of these, I just added for brevity's sake because since I got Kingdom Hearts 1.58 and 2.5, I just added all the individual games that were part of that collection. Um, and also I also added, like I did with Sonic and Shadow Generations, I added Sonic Generations and Shadow Generations here. So yeah, here is Shadow Generations, Sonic Generations. uh, and then I think this one, the rest of these are all Kingdom Hearts. So if I remember Kingdom Hearts 2, I think this one was Final Mix, Reach Chain of Memories. Yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. 358 over 2 days. Uh, Recoded. Recoded, though. And then Birth by Sleep. Is it literally just Birth by Sleep? Is it literally? Kingdom Hearts. I think so. something like that at least. I don't actually remember how you say it right. Again, katakana is a little bit harder for me to read, so I'm still figuring out how to do it. Kingita Muhatsu. Is that da da das? I don't know, but yeah, um, that's where I got with that. 2 days ago, I completed my Sims. This is not a true statement. I basically what I did is I would like about 2 days ago, I was just going through a bunch of the games that I had on my list, and I saw my Sims again on my list, and I was just like, I'm realistically never gonna go back to this game, and I remember just getting just about everything I could in that game, so fuck it, it's completed, and I just added it as a completed game. So yay, completed a game. Hooray. But yeah, realistically, I'm probably never gonna go back to my Sims. So I was just like, I'm just gonna mark it completed. And I don't plan on getting any more things for it anyways. It counts. Yeah, because again, for as far as I remember grinding the hell out of things in that game. I think I technically didn't get everything because there's like a few blueprints that I was missing, but that to get those blueprints, it basically requires me to do a lot of grinding, and not in the mood to do that. Especially not to boot up my old Wii to get that. Play more Katakana Wars so you can understand Katakana. Yeah, I definitely need to. Because I must say, especially with titles are always a lot of Katakana. So getting that down is going to help me a lot more with my reading comprehension for that. Um, and then just yesterday, that's right, just yesterday, I checked out the Black Friday / Cyber Monday deals for PSN, and I picked up 3 new games from there: Exoprimal, Hogwarts Legacy, and Spider-Man 2. Um, and I got these again because they were all relatively cheap. Like Exoprimal and Hogwarts Legacy were both like about $10, so they were like next to nothing. And then Marvel Superman, I think Spider-Man was about I think like 20 to $30, so that's still a decent um, price to pay for that game. Um, and I already played the first game, and I haven't played Miles Morales yet, but I do want to play it before getting into this one. And I knew I was gonna like getting into Spider-Man 2, so I was just like, okay, play Miles Morales, and then I'll play Spider-Man 2 after that. Um, I'm trying to think about how I want to go because I really want to stick to like one game per console at a time if I can help it. So I'm thinking maybe after I do Final Fantasy Rebirth, um, I might get into the Spider-Man saga and just grind out Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 and see how well those treat me. Finally, we're going to be Wizard. Yeah, I have heard good things about Hogwarts Legacy, so I do want to touch upon it at some point, and then maybe just sometime in my spare time I'll actually try out Expo Primal. I think it might have been one of those like online only games, but it was definitely a game that I was like I've had my eye on for a while. And I mean, for the low price of $10, it's hard not to say no to that, you know? So that is everything that we've been able to do that we've gotten for our gaming collection this last year. Let's go. So fun things going on. Hopefully this month I can start making progress on a lot of these things. The main thing I think I would like to try to get progress on is I would like to beat this Lost Story for Beats and Just Shapes and Beats. I can't imagine it would take that long. It would probably take me at least like a good hour or so just to grind through the last like uh song of it. But I could probably do it. And then playing more Kirby Rise, obviously. I'll get this done at some point. We'll probably get these 2 done sometime. This whole thing. Uh, I don't know about Postnomics. Postnomics might take a while. Final Fantasy Rebirth's gonna take a long while. Hades 2 is gonna take a long while. Not a lot of them are like really big games I can complete right away, but I know after Just Shapes and Beats, that's gonna be like another breath off of. That's gonna be another like weight off my shoulders for a little while, and then I can start focusing on actually getting progress for these other games that I've been doing. That would be fun. I think we'll get there though. It will be interesting to see what this next month has in store for me, but we'll see. We will see. All right. So we are going to move on to the next segment of our stream, which is anime. Man. Um, I have not made a lot of progress in anime, but I have made some. A lot of this will look very similar to you guys. But I did make more progress in ReZero. I got to episode 10. Um, I have been trying to get through the rest of it just because I really want to get through season 3 and then I can start going through everything else. Um, I'm gonna see how well it works, but I'm gonna see if I can make if I can do one episode per day. If I can at least do one episode per day, I think I'd be happy with myself. That way I can actually start making a little bit of progress in anime. Um, I might even be able to binge a couple of shows on some of my off days or some of my whenever I can spare the time to. But I think that's at least a decent goal to have is at least one episode per day because I think I can spare at least 20 to 30 minutes on a thing of anime, even just in the morning because I usually have that time in the morning to myself. I've made no progress in MyAnimeList. Oh yeah, it has not been a good month for anime for you. Yeah, I would say that's basically the only one I've been trying to focus on. Everything else has really been stuck in the background. Everything else has kind of been staying somewhat low too. Um, it would actually be nice for me to do a couple episodes every day just to kind of get some progress more progress towards shows I like a lot. Um, maybe if I can help it during some of my meal periods throughout the day, or even if I'm binging something throughout the night. Like I think that's the thing I'm trying to get into my head now with a lot of my free time is the time that I'd be watching YouTube, I should be watching anime instead because I have been getting into YouTube a lot, also in my spare time, and it's not as productive for me. So this would be a decent way to kind of kick that at least. Uh, yeah, I would love to get through the rest of ReZero. I would even love to watch more Sonic X because I just really love that show. Um, and the Japanese dub was very fun with the last time I watched it, so I would like to go through more of it. But we'll see about that. We'll see if we can sneak some more into it because again, I could kind of help write off anime watching as a exposure to Japanese language, so it helps me. It helps me learn as much as it is also something I like to do. So we'll see if we can make more progress this month. I would like to definitely at least watch one every day if I can help it. I think that's going to be my plan. But I would say that's literally the only progress I think I've made since last month is I have gotten to episode 10 with ReZero Season 3. So yay. Yay. Everything else has basically kind of been stuck where it is. Um, I did watch a little bit of One Piece now I think about it. I don't know when and if it's even on my list. But I do remember watching. Yeah, it's not even on my watching list right now. I did watch some One Piece in the background because Shanta forced me to. Held me against my will. No, he showed me a couple episodes while we were together, so I have watched some of those together with him. But other than that, really no other progress I think has been made for the shows I've been watching. One Piece is a very long anime, so I'm not going to be watching a lot of it. But it is it is a good show. I can see why people like it. Um, I think it's definitely like a long haul if you really want to get into it. Um, but I liked at least what I saw. It's I'm probably gonna be definitely going through a lot of these other ones first before I get back into doing even more of that. But we'll see about that. I haven't watched any anime since September. Oh wow, yeah, there is a lot of filler. Yeah, to be fair, I know there's like a guide that you can watch to um skip at least most of this stuff if you really wanted to. Uh, but that's only if you were kind of serious about it. Um, I'm not taking it too seriously, at least. I at least not as much as these other shows. So we'll see about it though. I think like I said, going forward, just watching one every day I think is gonna help me a lot more. At least one. If I can help more, then great. But I at least want to make sure I would like to make it at least a daily, like a morning habit for me, just to get up, watch an episode, get on with the rest of my day. Also, thank you for destroying that bot, Pansy. It has been banished to the Shadow Realm. Okay, let's talk about art because hey, guess what? I actually did art this month. Oh my god, my, Blue actually does art. It's crazy, dude. Yeah. So I drew. Oh, hold on. Get this out of my face. I drew this today. It was very cute. I drew this for Sean and me, to commemorate our joining together. Um, it's I think it's a cute piece. It's something very small, obviously. But it is at least some little progress I've at least made toward my art. Everything else in the background has been very much on the back burner because I have, uh, you can guess what, Kirby Air Riders. A lot of time has gone to Kirby Air Riders, so I have not had a lot of time to get to drawing done. But this is the one that I actually did manage to do, like pretty early on in the month. Actually, when was this posted? Yeah, around the 12th. So pretty early on in the month. It's kind of gay, pink guy. Yep. In all seriousness, though, it was very cute. Thank you. I thought it was very cute too. He really liked it as well too. I also have it as my main phone background now too. So uh, I am I'm looking forward to making more art though. I would love to. There's so many things I like to do this month. There's a lot of things I like to do this month, dude. Um, I want to learn more Japanese. I want to watch more anime, and I want to draw. Because god damn it, I have so many things that I want to draw. I have a lot of things on my list. I've actually while we're talking about art, I'm gonna quickly go through my list with you guys here of the things that I've been trying to do recently, because I am now at the point where I've been trying to like actually make a list for my drawing ideas, and so I can kind of pick out what things I want to actively work on and what things are kind of going to be going on in the background. I know you got suggestions for Pansy. Don't worry. I don't need any more suggestions. I just need time. I need time to work on the things I have because I do have some loot art though that I am thinking about making soon though. So hopefully we can get around to doing that maybe sometime soon. But I do want to finish the drawing I did of Jessica and the outfits that she's going to be wearing in that. Um, that might just make a good couple of drawings, or I might even make them a collage. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it yet. I have to make it all first, uh, and then something I really want to try to get done, or at least get some progress getting into it this month, is I want to work on the comic for Victoria, because I have had this idea for a comic for Victoria for so quite a while, and there's a lot of things I want to do to get into it, but I do have some ideas going into it. I also want to make some rough ideas for the trading card game. So we are going to be doing that hopefully sometime this month too, if I can help it. But the main idea I had for the Victoria comic is I have a couple little things on my to-do list uh, going into the comic making process. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to just be like working on a lot of stuff involving the characters that are going to be in that comic. Fleshing them out and everything like that. I'm also going to try to do a drawing study where I just look at things for that are like people and or other drawings of girls in Victoria's size to try to kind of get down how she kind of looks, because I'm going to be drawing her a lot and I want to make sure that I draw her pretty accurately. So I want to make sure that I am able to get that figure right. And then character references obviously for everyone too. And then once I get everything to a good point, I'll start making the first draft for my comic. She better not be with someone else. Only I can be. Don't worry, Pansy. You don't have to worry about any potential love triangles going on with this comic. I'm making it relatively friendly. Um, Most of it is just gonna be her, like when she's first moving to Apex, and she's getting used to her job as a uh in the psychiatric ward of her hospital. So a lot of it's gonna just be following her adventures through that and her getting used to people and making new friends and all that kind of thing. So there is going to be some actually new characters in this comic as well too. I'm still very much in the early stages of making them, so I haven't fully fleshed them out yet. But I do have some people that I'm going to be drawing with that as well too. Um, the other thing that I also want to put on that list, now that I think about it, actually I'm going to do that right now as I'm talking about it, is I want to make some uh, I want to make some concept art for both of my worlds actually. I want to make concept art for Albadora and for Syria. So concept art. I'm gonna put that right down now. Right now, Dora and Syria. Okay, because I have actually been thinking about doing that as well too. Even just for like small little drawings that I can do every now and then. It would be nice just to draw a little bit of thing of just being like, this is something that exists in the world, and just throw it out there. Because one thing I've been wanting to try to do this month is I really want to make at least some progress in art and just post something just to prove that I'm not dead and that I actually do make art. So hopefully that's something we can do in the near future. I have a lot of ideas for it, and a lot of things I've been meaning to show off. So we can hopefully get to work on that soon because um, I've been wanting to either draw at this desk with like my computer here, or I also have a setup for my laptop now too that I can do while I'm doing stuff with parents. Like I said, most of the time I would have been doing that this month. I have been playing Kirby Air Riders instead because it's just a fun game to play in the background, anyways. Um, but this month I do want to get a little bit more serious about my drawing and get some progress on for those because I have a weekly checklist and I've been meaning to get some more progress on that done um, more and more seriously. So hopefully we can actually follow through on some of those things. I better make it to the comic as well at some point. We'll have to see about that. Again, most of my early ideas going into the comic is just going to be focusing on her origins into the character that she is now, basically. So I still like doing the ship art and everything of her, but um, I'm not sure how much of the relationship I want to put out there. I still like it in the roleplay concept, but we'll have to discuss that at least if we want to make a comic based on it. Maybe even just like a one shot. I don't know. That's something to discuss at least. Because I do like the shipping of them, obviously, but I also like just showing them off their characters in general without having the forced dynamics of that on top of it. You also need to return to your Furfinity account. Oh yeah, that thing that I left in the dust way long ago. I don't even know if that's something that would be relevant or accurate to do now because I haven't touched it in so long. I feel like it'd be weird if I came back to it. Oh god. I should do a weekly checklist as well. I have a daily and monthly checklist. Yeah, I definitely have a daily checklist for things that I do every day that normally, but I've been trying to do that now where I have things where I'm like, okay, sometime in my spare time when I have time and throughout the week, get this done or get this done. And a lot of it is small things, but a lot of it is just stuff that might take like an hour or so or like a couple hours. So those are all things that I'm working on though. I like how I've been talking about all this while I have these the picture of me and Sean up. uh, but yeah, that's my ideas going into I think the next month is I'm gonna get a lot more serious about my drawing. Hopefully, actually get a lot more works out there. Even if they're just small concept pieces, I would love to get something out there. You can also post your porn on there as well, unlike with DeviantArt. Yeah, I've been mainly just doing it to X, just because I have the account for that. Though isn't the whole thing with Furfinity is that it has to be furry art, because I know some of the stuff I've been making recently in that regard hasn't been furry. Although I do want to make more furry NSFW art. I would like to actually. But I don't know. I know there's other places to post that kind of stuff at. If anything, I could even just post it to fucking, I don't know, Rule 34 or something like that. I don't know. Whatever out there, yo. We should do a collab drawing at some point this month. That would be cool too. I wouldn't mind doing another collab. Although we'd have to figure out what to do with that. It's very oriented, but you won't get yelled at for posting human art. Okay. I don't know. It's again, because I haven't gone and done that kind of art for a while, so I don't even know where I would start with that. If I wanted to make like another account for it, I would probably actually just have to look into it, because if I have actually been thinking about making more of it in recent in the like at least in the near future. But I have a lot of like safe work ideas that I've also been trying to do too. So it's a little bit of a mixed balance. It is what it is, though. I got suggestions for that as well. Of course you do. I would imagine you do, Pansy. I would imagine you have many suggestions of things for me to draw that I don't have time for. Because, god damn it, I do not have time for anything nowadays, being a working adult. Okay, we're going to talk about the next thing now. My channel, everyone. So this month we have played a couple of new things, and I'm going to talk about those. So we just this month started Hyper Devotion. We've been playing it every week, pretty consistently at least. Um, these next couple of days I'll be on my 5th live stream for it, and yeah, I mean it's just a fun, cute little game. I like it so far. It's been going pretty good so far. I only have one thing I'll ask for as a Christmas gift. Okay, gotcha. We can discuss that later, obviously. So that's cool. Um, and then we also did Dead Rising more this month. We did finally, we finally went through the ending of Dead Rising 2, and by the ending of Dead Rising, I mean we quit because, goddamn, that game was difficult. And then we started up Dead Rising 3, which I have to say I have been enjoying a lot more. So I'm looking forward to doing more of it as well too. Um, it's it's definitely been one of the more enjoyable Dead Rising games out of the three that I liked. I still really like the first one too, but I definitely like this hell a lot more than I did the second game. Second game did some cool stuff, but it was a bit of a slog sometimes. I will not gonna lie. We did also did our another collab stream for MonsterCon, because oh yeah, that's right, because we finished that pretty early and we're just like, what else should we do for the rest of our time slot? Let's play MonsterCon. And so we did that as well too. It's always fun to play on stream though. I always enjoy playing that. Um, I don't think we ended up finishing that game because we had to cut it early, but it was still a good stream nonetheless. Um, I did also end up playing Frog Rain for the first time. That was a very interesting play test. I haven't played a proper Metroidvania for a good while, not since Metroid Dread at least. So it was interesting getting back into the genre. Um, it does remind me that I would like Metroidvanias more if I just decide to give more of them a shot. Um, but it was a cool experience to go through it. At least it was a neat little demo. I hate that we had to quit that one early since I got too tired. Yeah, it is what it is. That's kind of what also helped us learn that we're like, no, we can't do the streams that late again, because that's not going to be feasible. But it's all good though. Yeah, sadly, because like I said, I've been trying to do a thing where I've been trying to do a new game every week. I've been very lazy about it this last week, this last month, just because I have had not a lot of time to get things done with all the stuff going on. Black Friday especially was very, very busy for me. Even just this next month is going to be very busy for me work wise because I have to deal with everyone doing Christmas shopping, and that's always going to be fun. But hopefully it can still give me some time to do some streams because I like the streams I at least was able to do this last month. I was able to do a quick little made to play, so I at least did one of those this month. So I was glad for that. Because it's been a while since I was able to make one of them, and it's one of the few series that I just like doing on the channel in general, using video games as an art form and testing out the limits of their character creators. It'll be interesting though to see what else I can do with some of the other ones. I'm not actually sure what the next game I wanted to do for my made to play was. But I do know that I wanted to do another one at some point. Look at the bright side. You can listen to Christmas music all day during your shift. Yeah, they already started playing the Christmas music. I would say a little bit before Thanksgiving came about. Like, I think about a week before Thanksgiving, they started playing Christmas music at our job. And to be fair, the Christmas music isn't too bad to listen to. It's still all the regular hits and everything for regular Christmas music. But they mix it in with popular songs. So like every other song is a Christmas song, but they still have popular music playing on the radios there too. So it's not too bad to deal with. I actually do like listening to Christmas music. I'm one of the few people who actually likes listening to the tunes during the holiday season. I don't find it too annoying. That reminds me, I need to recreate the girls in Koikatsu. Yeah, I do have a lot of girls. I do have a lot of women that I have in my characters. I'm gonna be making more too because of this new comic. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. That's annoying. They need to pick one or the other. I don't know. I find it fine. Because that way you have a little bit of both sides. And you can appease the people who are like, oh, I hate hearing Christmas music. At least they're listening to something that's also not. This is the only time I get to listen to it. Yeah, no, there's some people who don't like it though a lot. I know there's some people who definitely don't who find it annoying, but I enjoy it. It's definitely the one time of the year that you get to really listen to it. So I definitely kind of relish in it while I can. There's a lot of good Christmas songs out there too, even ones that aren't like traditional too. I have a lot of metal covers of songs too that I've been listening to. All right. So yeah, we played Dead Rising a lot, and we played that a lot, and other than that, it's really just about it. I might have gotten some new shorts this month. Have I? Oh yeah, because we did get the one for this one. I think that's literally the only short that I got was the talking cushion. Because that was based on, I think, the first stream. Yeah, that was based on the first stream. I haven't been able to find a lot of other clip-worthy moments. To be fair, Dead Rising 3 might have had some good ones, but I have not had the time to really like go through the videos and streams a lot to make more. So it is what it is. Gritches and Scrooges they are. Indeed. All right, hold on. We're gonna go ahead and react. Whoop, hold on. That's song. That's music. I need to pause that first. We are going to go ahead and react to this first real quickly. Is it 10? That might be good. I think this might be good. It's the same stuff. Behold, I am a cushion. Why is a cushion speaking, you may be asking yourself. Well, I am a custom ordered CPU cushion. Of course I can talk. In other words, don't worry about the reason why, silly. Fight hard and enjoy sitting on me after a hard day's work. I I was not expecting the cushion to talk, but I'm kind of glad it does. That's so ridiculous, dude. That's kind of amazing, actually. Okay, I now I now want to get more furniture. It's my goal now to get more furniture so I can get I can get more things like the same stuff. Behold, I am a cushion. I want to be a cushion so Noir can sit on my face. Yeah, the furniture in that game is a little freaky, not gonna lie. Yeah, because even what's it called? Even the other thing I got in the game was it was getting a little freaky too. It was it was like a rug or something like that. You could like it was definitely given the oh please step on me kind of vibes, you know. So that was another funny interaction with that too. The furniture is a very interesting character in the Neptunia games, and I didn't think that sentence would be uttered out of my mouth, but here we are. All right. So before we close out things out for the stream, I'm just gonna quickly go through my lists on things just to make sure I didn't forget anything that I want to talk about. Um, yeah, like I said, I think the main thing I'm really gonna try to focus on getting at least one, every week. Um, I'm gonna try to do at least one stream every week if I can help it, because I do want to get more progress in some of my games, and this is a good time. This is a good opportunity to do is on the live streams. So I definitely want to get at least how many weeks do we have in December? Duh, 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 duh. Do we have enough to do 4? 2, 3, 4. Oh, we actually technically have 5 we can do. We have the potential to do 5 Steam streams this week or this month, so that would be kind of cool. I'll see if we can. I think definitely one of the Steam streams I want to do is we're gonna do that one game I talked about, whatever Bane, something like that. Actually, I have it back here somewhere here. Loot Bane. Yeah, we'll do Loot Bane probably sometime this week if I can, whenever I can help it. And then we'll do a couple of the other ones too. American Truck Simulator has also been on my list for a while. I have many other games that I even just like really recently that I can do. So we definitely can do some 5 Steam streams this week. Let's go. Yeah, not that this month. No, let's make that clear. This month. Yeah, if I could do that this week, then yeah, that would be amazing, obviously. But I do not have that kind of free time. I wish I did. Damn, do I wish I did. But I think that's going to be one of the main ideas for the future. We're going to be playing more of the Neptunia game. We'll probably be collabing more with Dead Rising for a while too, until we finish that, which we'll probably finish it this month, I imagine, and then we can try to figure out another game afterwards. Maybe Dead Rising 4. I know that's a fun one, from what I've heard. But there's that, and then yeah. Yeah, and then no D&D news, obviously, because I have not been able to get in contact with my group. My D&D group currently is in shambles, and it makes me sad, because I have been wanting to play D&D again for quite a while. But it's okay. I have Baldur's Gate to fill the void, so it is okay. I do have other, like, just random fun streams I want to do eventually. I don't know if I'll ever find the time to do them this month. But I have been curious about doing more because, like, I have the made to plays I've been meaning to do. I have tier lists that I've always wanted to do too. All of those are still all definitely on my list. I don't know when and if I'll ever be able to get them done though, but I definitely have them. Oh yeah, Another thing, actually, I want to quickly check while I have you guys here, held hostage, is I'm gonna go through my Steam games real quickly and just kind of see what games I've been playing recently to kind of just tell you what things I've been doing here. We can start up a D&D campaign again. Yeah, I mean, even just a single player campaign would be fine, because like it's just it would the hardest part is just going to be finding time to dedicate to it, because I have been very busy with work, so just finding time around that is so hard to do nowadays. But yeah, we did we did Sex and Knits or Furry Titty. Yeah, I still played that game originally, occasionally in my spare time. That's the only one I didn't really bring up. We did also, yeah, like while the same day I was doing moving out, I did notice that there is more content for Vampire Survivors. Um, because I was also playing that with Sean that day too, and I was just like, God damn it, they're gonna make me play Vampire Survivors again because there's new content to go through. They have a freaking Belatro collab, dude. I have to play it. so so now another game is going to be holding me hostage for probably the next month. I actually probably need to add that to my backloggery that I'm going to be playing that soon, because I have actually been kind of curious about that content. I do want to check it out at least a little bit. I don't know how far I get into it, but I have been curious about it. Everything else I've been kind of already putting on. Um, I've already basically gone through. We did play a little bit of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, but I don't think we got any new achievements or anything for it. Actually, no, wait, we did get one new achievement from that. Cool. I keep on forgetting to play Vampire Survivors. It's such a good game. It's such a good, like, just casual, fun game to play. Um, oh yeah, we did also start up Boomerang Fu this recently too. It is very much a game that's more like endless too. So I kind of I think it used to be unplayed on my thing, but now I have it as an endless game, because it really is just kind of one of those games where you just, it's a party game that you play with friends. I played that a lot with Sean. That's a fun game. It's literally just a little party game where you are just throwing boomerangs at each other and trying to slice each other. We did a few matches against each other before we ended up finding the mode we liked the most, which was literally just teaming up against the CPUs and trying to cut them down instead. So we've been playing a little bit of that in the background too. It's pretty fun. On his system too, we did also play. I think there's like a One Piece game that we did this month. It's like it's kind of like a One Piece Warriors type of game. It was interesting to see, because I didn't even know that One Piece had a game based on like the warrior style. But he put some decent progress into it, so I helped him play that a little bit. I also played a little bit of, what was it, Katamari with him too, because I was just showing it off to him. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of other things that I remember playing this month that I've like forgotten about. A lot of my time has just gone to uh, Kirby Air Riders since I've gotten that. Pansy is very strictly against One Piece in any form, even video game form. He is a One Piece fan. That is the one thing, of course. He's read all the manga. He hasn't watched all the anime, but he has read all the manga. So I have been getting exposure to it, and to be fair, I have been getting exposure to it. Oh yeah, I would say also that I think the other thing too was that I'm remembering now recently is I did play a little bit of Persona 5X for a while, just to get the Futaba event done through, because that was going on this month as well too. Was the event with Futaba? I did end up getting her from the polls. I played through the main little campaign for her. And then after I got her, I was just like, okay, let's pause. Because I don't really see myself at least playing that game as much as I'm going to be playing my other Droid games. So that game is probably going to be paused for a good while until I make more progress in my other games instead. Uh, Not so much because I don't enjoy Persona 5X. I just have more interest and more reason to play the other games first before jumping back into that. Uh, I was not taking it very seriously for a while, anyways. So this will basically just give me more time to do the things that I've already been interested in. They make good porn of a few characters, but the anime is too long. It is very long. It is about 1,000 episodes. Um, and somehow he has gone through every one of the mangas, which is just as long, if not even longer, depending. So yeah, uh, he did say that it took like quite a while just to get through all of that too. But I'm I mean, One Piece is still I think it's a decent show. I would not get in. I would not be able to get too far into it because of the massive amount of length it is. Uh, I would much rather get through the other things I have first before I dedicate that kind of time to that. But I have been getting exposure to it because of him. So, all right, I think that is all going to end today's discussion. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Uh, Join me again next month where I talk about more games and more anime. Uh, and yeah, so like I said, oh yeah, anything else before I close the stream, Banty, that you have accomplished this month that you want to talk about uh, before I end everything here? There's about 110 manga books in One Piece. Yeah, yeah, that's a decent amount, and because I know they can usually fit a couple arcs in them too. So, and they definitely drag things on in the anime. So they I could see them. I don't know. I'm actually not sure what the difference is between the how much you have to go through for it. I do have to do the role play. I will do that tonight when I before I get off because I do have a little bit of time tonight before I get off. I finished a paper for my history class. I'm getting an 8. Nice. Nice, dude. There you go. Yeah. At least that's something good at least. um but yeah. So I think that's going to be the main things going on this month is um hopefully you guys will be seeing a lot more art and yeah, hopefully you guys are seeing a lot more art from me this month because I am going to be trying to make some more progress into it as much as I can. Um Whenever I can just find the time to throughout the day. Even just like I've been trying to do a thing where like even just like daily, if I can help it, maybe just like at least 1 hour out of my day to work on a drawing or whatever my next current drawing project is. That would be great. I think as long as I can get at least 1 hour every day, that would be nice. Because most of the time, I'm not really going to be doing more than 2 hours at a time on a drawing because my hands will start to get tired afterwards. So if I can force myself to find an hour every day to do it, uh, then we can finally make some progress on stuff. And I would love to do that because I've been so much slacking in the art department for quite a while, and I would love to get that stuff done. So art, hopefully sometime soon. Um, Hopefully we can get through more anime. Um, Maybe even get through more games if I can help it. And of course, a lot more Steam streams, of course, that you'll be seeing from me in the next couple of months as well too. In the next couple of months, in the next couple of weeks, I am getting my months and my weeks mixed up. It is what it is. I'm tired. I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna end the stream here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. And if you liked it, please like it, subscribe and follow if you should see more of this content in the future, and more Neptunia content coming to you hopefully tomorrow. I don't know if I have any time to do streams tomorrow. Um, I meant Tuesday for Neptunia stream. Yeah, because I'm going to be working till late tomorrow. So I will not be having a lot of time to do it. I'll definitely at least get my Neptunia stream done in the morning because I'm going to be seeing Sean for most of the day. No, the next day. Um, trying to see if there's another time I can do my Steam stream this week. I think Wednesday is a good time because I get off at 5. So we can do it in the evening then. I'll at least be able to dedicate enough time in that evening to get it done. So I think that'll work out for me. And then we have, I think me and Pansy have another collab stream we're going to be thinking about doing Friday morning. Yeah, I think that's what we decided on. So we'll see how well that goes. Yay. So more cool content coming to you live this coming up week. Next stream's going to be Neptunia though, in the morning because that's the only time I have to do it. It's hard to find time as an adult these days, but we still do it as much as we try to. So yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday morning for more live streams. You all have a good night, and next day as well as tomorrow. I will see you then. Have a good one. Bye bye now.